there outside Old Trafford. Let's return now to what is happening in Gaza and join Noura Erakat, who is an associate professor at Rutgers University and an expert on the Israel-Palestine conflict. Very good to see you, Noura. Can I start by just getting your response and your reaction to an interview I just did with the IDF around what is happening in Shifa Hospital at the moment? You will know the IDF says they do not fire directly at medical facilities, and medical facilities are protected under international law. When I asked him about the fact that it is under siege there, that there is no water, there is no electricity, fuel or supplies, he said that people have been given ample chance to leave over the past few weeks. They have chosen not to do so, that Hamas is using people in the hospital itself as human shields. He said this is a cynical ploy from Hamas. I wonder what you make of those comments.
I think what we're hearing from the Israeli army is what we would hear from any army that is trying to protect itself from being exposed and committing its war crimes. This is propaganda. We have to understand that the patients that are being asked to leave are patients that are in intensive care units, are premature babies who are in need of being in incubation in order to survive, are elderly with disabilities who cannot be mobilized, in a situation where their evacuation is ordered to be completed on foot because of a deprivation of fuel, thereby further increasing their chances of not being able to be mobilized. Consider also that we were told, I heard just the end of it, of him saying that Hamas gave orders not to use fuel. If we were paying attention to the news, Hamas was willing to exchange 50 of the hostages within the first 2 weeks of October 7th in exchange for unlimited fuel to those hospitals. Consider also that we are told that somehow if these patients don't leave, that then they are legitimate targets, and that is absolutely not true. Additional Protocol 1, Article 57 makes it incumbent upon a belligerent state to balance the military advantage against the harm caused, and here the harm caused is disproportionate and severe. These are medical infrastructure that need to be protected under all circumstances.
So, Noura,
Israel is not abiding.
I put it to him that many legal experts around the world believe that a war crime is being committed there. Do you believe that is the case? He denied it, of course.
Of course he did. But on October 19th, a UN panel of experts already said that this campaign is tantamount to a genocidal campaign. On October 15th, 790 scholars published an open letter explaining why this is a genocidal campaign that both met the threshold of a specific intent to commit genocide, as well as the specific underlying acts in order to enact it. Here, genocide is not just tantamount to the killings that are enacted, but even the incitement to genocide is prosecuted and is criminal, and that is undeniable. Israel's own top military and political brass have said explicitly that there are no Palestinian civilians. They have transformed 2.2 million Palestinians into legitimate targets using their discourse, their dehumanizing discourse. This is a genocidal intent. They have erected banners across Israel that say flatten Gaza. There have been proposals to drop a nuclear bomb on Gaza. They have now sanctioned Israelis, Palestinian Israelis in particular, are being attacked for any demands for a ceasefire. What we are witnessing in this time is blatant war crimes. It's disproportionate. It is indiscriminate. We have 1.1 million Palestinians who have been ethnically cleansed from the north, ordered to move south.
Noura,
this is
you will know that many of what you were saying and the accusations of genocide are robustly denied by Israel. But I know that with lawsuits, international lawsuits being filed, what is the purpose of some of these lawsuits when Israel has not in the past, taken any note of them? In terms of setting the stage for the future, what legally would you like to see happen?
I just want to highlight that Israel has not necessarily denied genocide. It's actually saying it's committing genocide. Avi Dichter was just on an Israeli program saying that this is the Nakba of 1948, where 80% of Palestinians were forcibly removed from their home and replaced with Israeli settlers. They are admitting that it's the Nakba, but they're saying that it's okay for them to do it. They are insisting that this is an exception and the world should accept it. So it's not denial of what they're doing. They're actually saying we can do this. What our petition to the International Criminal Court filed on behalf of Al-Mizan, Al-Haq, the Palestinian Center for Human Rights, is insisting upon is that there should be no exception in this case, that this is one of the most well-documented cases of genocide. And if the International Criminal Court and international legal institutions cannot prevent and punish genocide in this instance, then what is their utility? This is a case as much against the International Criminal Court and its utility for the world, which since its inception has only indicted African and Arab heads of state as much as it is a case against Netanyahu, Herzog, Gallant, Aliyan, and others.
Professor Noura Erakat, very good to talk to you. Thank you so much for